Some guy came up with a fake letter recently, last week, and put Arav Yitzchak Yosef's signature on it, saying because of this coronavirus, women don't have to go to the mikveh. This went all over the news. People thought still now think it's real. Now it's in a lawsuit, the guy's getting arrested, charges being pressed, forgery and so on. There is no leniency whatsoever. A woman that does not go into a mikveh is nida. With corona, without corona. Doesn't make a difference. If a woman is nida and you touch her, she's your wife or your girlfriend, you touch her finger. I'm not even talking about be intimate with her. That's needless to say. You touch her, you have a serious problem with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You kiss her, you hug her, you show affection to her, you're intimate with her, karet yi karet. You're karet, she's karet. What's karet? Karet, Rabotai, is the worst possible punishment there is. It could mean HaKadosh Baruch Hu will kill the person's kids, little babies, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15 years old. Kill them. Why? Cause the parents suffering because they went and violated the law. Another form of karet is kill the person before the age of 60. Before the age of 60. When one of the sages had his 60th birthday, he did a celebration. Jews are not known to make celebrations. Why are you making a celebration? They ask him in the Gemara. So, no, now I know that I didn't violate any karet sins, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because I didn't die before 60. A sage that learned Torah all day. Maybe I made a mistake, karet. A person that violates an isur karet and does not do tshuva loses his or her olam haba. A wife that allows her husband to be with her when she's nida, she has no olam haba. A husband that touches his wife when she's nida, no olam haba. Boyfriend, girlfriend, no olam haba. What does no olam haba means? It means gehenom, that doesn't end. 7th level. Son will tell you all the details. He knows all of them, he studies it intensively, and he's scared to death of it. Why? Because Gehenom, Rabotai, is not a picnic. It's not a picnic. It's all the suffering that you can imagine to the infinite power is not even a minute of it. The Ramban, Nachmanides, almost 900 years ago, 850 years ago, writes in Shara Gmul and also in the commentary to Sefer Job, Sefer Yov, he says the following: look at the suffering that Job had. All of his kids died in one day, boys and girls. He lost all of his money, he was a billionaire, lost all of his money in one day, became broke, homeless, shlom bayit problems. His friends became enemies, and if that wasn't enough, he became so sick, he started having worms come out of his body because his whole body was full of pus and infections, the whole body. What I told you I had for many years, he had all over his entire body. Not one abscess, not 2 abscesses, the whole thing. The Nachmanides Ramban writes, this suffering that Job had, the worst type of suffering we have described in the Torah. So much suffering that there's some Chachamim say, maybe it's not a real story, maybe it's just like Moshe Rabbeinu wrote it to teach us some musar so we don't make any sins. Because such suffering is it's impossible to understand how such a person can go through this and live. How didn't you commit suicide? Rabotai Yekarim, the Ramban says, Job's suffering, not for 1 year like he had it, because eventually it ended, Hashem blessed him, brought him kids again, and so on and so forth. Became healthy, became rich, and so on. He's mentioned in the Torah, he has a whole book about him. He's in Gan Eden, don't worry about him. But that year of Gehenom that he experienced in this world, the Ramban writes, not 1 year, 70 years like this. 70 years like this. is better than 1 minute in Gehenom. 1 minute in Gehenom. So imagine you, next time you want to make a sin, next time you want to be with your wife and she's nida, next time you want to be with your girlfriend, next time you want to be with your boyfriend. So imagine yourself for a moment. You haven't followed the advice. Advice is, if you get really hot, go take a cold shower. You don't have a shower next to you, start doing some push-ups and sit-ups. Exert yourself. Start jumping up and down. That doesn't work, pinch yourself, create some pain. Pinch yourself in your wrist, over here, the back of your thigh, sensitive parts without injuring yourself, but to the point to cool yourself off. That doesn't work, start imagining the following. Start imagining you being tied to a bed and you're going into a furnace like they go in China. In China they're burning bodies like it's going out of style. They're burning millions of people. Why? They don't want the news to know that a lot of people are dying from coronavirus over there. And it's not 5 a day, like they make the world believe. There's a guy that they interviewed or called in a crematorium where they're burning the bodies over there. He says the people are losing their mind because there's so many bodies. He says 5-6 times the amount of work every day. Keeps multiplying itself. Now imagine, that guy is dead. That guy is dead, so he's not feeling the burning. At least in our mind, he's not feeling the burning. In reality, he is feeling it. But that's a different story for a different day. Imagine he's not dead. He's alive. He's just tied to the bed. Can't get out. Or he's not tied. He's paralyzed. But he feels everything. And he's going slowly, not throwing like burekas or something, or a nice hamburger or something into the fire, make a mung. No, slowly into it. Feet, and then maybe he'll twist them around. Let's change to another side, and the fingers and the toes to make sure they're all even, one at a time with a little fire, make it nice and crisp and dark and melt. That horrible thought, keep that. It's important for you. Why? Next time you want to sin, think about that. And that, Rabotai Kareem, is nothing in comparison to Isur Nida. In comparison to Isur Nida. In comparison to being with a girlfriend, boyfriend. In comparison to being with your wife without a mikveh. You have to know this. Sometimes Torah has to get very visual, because we don't get the message when it's just text. What's our raya? What's our raya? What's our proof Torah has to be this way? Gemara says, when Rivka evaluated the situation, she saw that her son, Yaakov, doesn't have any options over there. Doesn't have any options. Esav, Rasha Merusha, he's marrying 2 goyot, 2 horrible people. But Yaakov is Kodesh. She comes to Yitzchak. The Gemara says she comes to Yitzchak and she tells him, Yitzchak, if you're not going to send him to go marry a good woman, Lama li chaim, from what do I have life for? What do I need to live? I'd rather die. And the Gemara says she took the waist from her nose and she put it on the table as a sign of how horrible she feels this is. The Gemara says, why would you do such a thing? I mean, you're talking to Yitzchak Avinu, he's religious. He's religious, he's not secular. He's not a Zionist. What are you going to do this for? What is he? What you think Yitzchak Avinu wants his son Yaakov to go marry some Zonah or something? Some what does he want? He wants him to marry a Bat Yisrael. He wants to marry somebody good. What's all the special effects? The Gemara says sometimes you need a visual to get the point. Sometimes you need a visual. Why? Because our Yetzirah works with a visual. He sends you a text message, and then an email, and then a this mail, and then a that mail, and if that's not enough, he sends you in the mail, and if that's not enough, he sends it to your house, and then it's your friend, and all of a sudden your cousin shows up, and all of a sudden your best lost long friend shows up, and all of a sudden, Yetzirah is going to go and he's going to give you a visual. So sometimes we need to give ourselves a visual. in order to avoid the Yetzer Hara, especially right now, because right now people that do not have the Torah are losing their mind. They're losing their mind. They're thinking that this entire situation of having nothing to do, you're at home all day. Most people are not working. Most people are not able to go outside. Most people think that life is over. Opposite, Rabotai. This is a chance of a lifetime for you to do the most important things in your life. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has put the world on hold in order for you to start thinking about what you were supposed to be thinking this whole time. Less distractions. Stop focusing about money. Stop focusing about women. Stop focusing about men. Stop focusing about materialism. Start thinking about, why am I in this world? When a person gets to that question, automatically he starts desiring an answer. He gets to the point where he discovers the truth. He sees that Hashem is the one that runs the world. He wants me in this world. Why? What am I supposed to do? Oh, Torah says to serve Him. How do I serve Him? Okay, let's see what Torah says. I got to keep this. I got to keep Shabbat. I got to keep Tahat Mishpacha. I got to keep Kashrut. I got to fix my midot, my character traits. I got to be charitable. I got to be this. I got to be that. I got to do all these different things. I got responsibilities. Some I have, some I don't have. Some I'm doing, some I'm not doing. But the point is, Rabotai, if I'm alive, that means that I'm still supposed to be doing all these things.